Mum, Merryl, was born on the 16th of November 1944 in Warrnambool. She was one of 4 children to Norman and Madge Muir. Marge was the oldest, followed by Joy, and then Mum. Bob was the youngest and the only boy. We would like to acknowledge today Mum's brother Bob in New South Wales and sister Joy in WA and their families who were unable to make it. We are thinking of you. We would also like to acknowledge Graham Allen and family for being here today. Graham was married to Mum's sister Marge. At the time Mum was born, Madge and Norm were farming on Rundle's Lane in Fram, 25 minutes out of Warrnambool. Some of you will know that. Only 24 years later, Mum and Dad would buy their own farm less than 2 kilometres away, just across the Hopkins River and next to the East Fram golf course. The family later moved to Mortlake, where Mum attended primary school before moving to the new farm Norm and Madge bought on Foster's Lane. The property, called Kalesi, was beef and sheep and home for many years and lots of memories. In 1957, Mum boarded at Clarendon College in Ballarat for her secondary education, joining her 2 sisters, Joy and Marge. During her 5 years in Ballarat, she excelled in her studies and sport. She enjoyed learning French and especially music and the piano. Classical music later became a real constant in Mum's life. At the core of Mum's learning was a love and passion for mathematics and science. You can see the maths textbook on the table here. Mum studied physics while at school with her friend Mari, but the subject wasn't offered at her school, so they would ride their bikes to join the boys at Ballarat College. Mum enjoyed the complexity of problems and got satisfaction from solving them. In recent years, it wasn't maths equations, but cryptic crosswords that Mum challenged herself with. Mum's sporting highlight while at school in Ballarat was a state representation in the javelin. Mum was proud of her strong Muir family genes. In 1962, in her final year of school, Mum was accepted to McRobb High in Melbourne. That year, Mum moved into an apartment in Elstonwick with her older sister Marge, and she completed year 12. Upon finishing school, Mum was fortunate to be awarded a scholarship which enabled her to attend Melbourne University and complete a 3-year science degree from 1963 to 1965. She was only one of 2 women at that time in her course doing physics. During the first 2 years of her degree, Mum lived at Minimba Hostel in Armidale, where her older sister Marge was now the supervisor. During that time, she became very involved with the PFA, that was like the Presbyterian Youth Group at that time, at the Armidale Presbyterian Church, which was only 10 minutes away. As it turns out, that was the church where our Dad's dad, his father, was the minister. These PFA years were a defining part of Mum and Dad's life, helping shape their faith, friendships, and their own feelings for each other. In her final 2 years of uni and Dip Ed, Mum lived with her good friend Mari from school, and they flatted together in 65 and 66 while they both completed their degrees. Mum completed a Dip Ed at Monash University in 66 and became a fully qualified secondary teacher. Mum's mother, Madge, had always believed in education, so she would have been proud when Mum finished her course. Mum shared with us that she was always grateful for her parents' gifts of faith, education, opportunity, encouragement, and the freedom to develop.
After completing her tertiary education, Mum moved back to the Western District to teach at Hawkesdale High School in 1967. Given Dad had remained in Melbourne, this meant a long-distance relationship was required. It obviously worked, as they were engaged by that Easter and married on the 6th of January 1968 at the Armidale Church in Melbourne. It was a big year, as they also bought the farm at East Fram, thanks to support from Norm and Madge, and moved into what only can be described today as a renovator's delight. Mum had written in her diary, "No luxuries, no trees, windswept." Mum said recently the best decision in life was marrying Dad. They were a great team. Mum taught for one more year in 1968 at Terang High before stepping away in 1969 when Claire was born to support her family and help milk cows. Remarkably, Mum ended up back at Terang High School almost 30 years later, teaching from 1994 to 2006. Her daughter-in-law is now the principal, which made Mum proud. Between 1969 and 1974, the family expanded to 6. Claire in 1969, Jamie in 71, and Andrew and myself in 74. I don't think anyone believes we're twins, do they? I think we all get asked. During those years growing up, Mum was always a fountain of love, strength and support. Not only would she milk twice a day with Dad, but she prepared meals, organised us kids and spent countless hours helping us with our studies. Mum was very involved at the Mortlake Uniting Church. She gave so much, becoming an elder, Sunday school teacher, helping lead the youth group, Bible study and lay preaching. These years of raising a young family and being involved in the church were a special time for both Mum, Dad and us kids. Lifelong friends were made. Youth group, bush camping, cards and many laughs and fun times were enjoyed. In 1979, Rosalie and Peter Goddard arrived in Mortlake. Mum and Dad welcomed them and so began a lifelong amazing friendship. Rosalie, we thank you today for your enduring friendship with Mum and Dad over 46 years. Thank you, Rosalie. And the family, thank you. Mum and Dad made great friends with neighbours while farming at East Fram. We would all come together with the Ellerslie Primary School community. And at Christmas and in the early days, we also had Guy Fawkes Night. In between milking cows, there was also weekly tennis at the East Fram tennis courts. Mum loved her tennis through many years of playing. During the Ash Wednesday fires in 1983, the local community really came together, and we remember Mum being a pillar of strength within our community. Mum and Dad have both stayed at the farm that day to save it. While Mum enjoyed farming, she never lost her passion for education. She tutored us kids, then tutored most of the grandkids, and along the way tutored many others. I don't think she ever said no. She was always keen to help and loved to see students doing well. When we finally finished school, Mum went back to teaching at Terang High for 12 years. Andrew and I were the last to leave and had always said unfairly that she couldn't come back while we were there. Our reasoning was quite simple. We only had 3 or 4 people in our physics and chemistry classes. So if Mum had been the teacher, it would have felt like home. We always admired Mum for stepping back into the classroom after being away for so long. It has been heartwarming to see messages on Facebook from former students at Terang College. Lovely messages about Mum's support in maths methods, Mum's passion for teaching, her mentorship and inspiration for others to also be teachers. Thank you to the Terang College and community for your acknowledgement of Mum's teaching career.
In 2019, Dad was diagnosed with leukaemia and began a 2-year battle where Mum never left Dad's side. They were tough times and Dad wasn't ready to leave. Dad also didn't like hospitals. But with Mum's incredible internal strength and love, she ensured Dad was able to spend his last days at home, surrounded by family. After 52 years of wonderful marriage and life on the farm, it was a heartbreaking time for Mum. Mum and Dad cherished their time together. The newspapers were a daily ritual, along with word games, current affairs and politics, church at Mortlake and Ellerslie, friends and each other's extended families. In 2021, Mum moved into Warrnambool and was grateful to find a lovely apartment facing north, which allowed her to swap the car for walking and afternoons sitting and reading in the sun. Only the day before she died, she enjoyed time on her balcony doing the cryptic crossword. She was very happy. In town, she loved the freedom of simply walking 1 block to get a coffee, 2 blocks to church. We all enjoyed walking with her to the pavilion at the breakwater for a coffee. Mum's Muir stride on those walks was famous. In contrast, her coffee orders became infamous, and I apologise now to the staff at the pavilion. Cappuccino, extra hot, skim milk in a mug, 3/4. Did I say extra hot? It was more complex than an algebra equation. In more recent years, Mum's social life was strong. Sundays were an important part of her week. Church at 9, then morning tea, then church at 10:30. Following that, it was lunch at Macy's with the church group. Mum made great friends during this time who were wonderful to her, often picking her up and dropping her off. We would like to thank the church community and the ministry of Malcolm, Carlin and Jeff, who were very good to Mum. Mondays would often be a trip out to Deakin University, where she loved participating in U3A science lectures. I had to look this up. University of the Third Age. It's a university for oldies. Mum sent an email to us at one point, quote, "I've been busy with U3A, in a female trio, running a science course. A lot of organisation as we have enrolled about 20 people and have moved out to Deakin Uni. First one this Tuesday arvo on topic of candles, involves 6 simple experiments. I'm the teacher but lucky to have an IT guru. Looking forward to getting through this first one." As if Mum hadn't been in the classroom a lot before. There was also UCAF meetings at church, KYB, midweek book group, prayer group and the community lunch. She also volunteered at the Warrnambool Op Shop for a short time before passing the baton to Johnny. In November 24, Mum celebrated her 80th birthday. In her short speech, she gave thanks for her long and happy life and gave thanks for family and friends. She always felt blessed. She loved and was proud of her 4 children and her 9 grandchildren. In the past few years, Mum had a hip replacement and struggled with glaucoma. She didn't let any of that slow her down. Son John had sold his house in Ellerslie and moved in with Mum to support her. On her last night, she said to John, "Thank you for looking after me." Johnny, Claire, Jim and I thank you very much for your love and support of Mum in her final years. She loved the company, and thanks to you, Mum passed very content and happy to the end. Mum lived her life in a way that reflected her core beliefs. She valued relationships with people and her faith above all else. Mum was thoughtful and a considered communicator. She listened intently and was interested in what you had to say. Her steady and calm approach established her as an anchor in our lives. She was always there when we needed her, always caring, always reliable, encouraging and reassuring. Mum was pragmatic, positive and never complained. We remember the day she badly broke her ankle, chasing cows across the stony barrier. I think she was in a pair of gumboots that looked very similar to that there. It was a nasty break, but Mum took it in a stride. She was strong and resilient. Mum passed on many precious gifts to us. The grandchildren are going to share about some of Mum's love of cooking, reading, music, knitting, cards and word games shortly. Mum, we will miss you so much. You are gone too soon, but we are very grateful for your long life. We rejoice and give thanks for the love and memories you have left us.
Thank you for that really well put together eulogy. Another minister member who's just recently retired, Marjorie Crothers, had a lot to do with Merrill as well. And Marjorie can't be with us today either. She's in Adelaide. So we say hi to Marjorie. The grandkids, you've got some memories to share, so thank you.
On the table, we have items that symbolise our special memories with our grandma Merrill. Many of us benefited from private tutoring in maths, with banana sandwiches and milkshakes helping as Grandma patiently explained maths problems. Often, we would challenge each other to finish the cryptic crossword or 9-letter word puzzle before Grandma, a rare occurrence. Some of us even had formative memories of heated discussions about the Labor Party that ignited a passion for politics. With Grandma, I shared a love of reading. It recently brought a smile to my face when I commented on the complex array of Russian literature on her shelf, and I said, in awe, "Grandma, have you read all these?" To which she replied, "Must have."
With Grandma, I shared lots of holiday breaks spent playing endless rounds of the card game Joe. Here I learned the lesson of tough love. A win was not easily had.
Grandma's old recipe book holds my sweetest memory. Lemon and sugar pancakes she made with so much love when we stayed over. Grandma taught us how to knit. She would supply us with needles, wool, and a lot of patience. Even projects that went awry still held a certain grandma magic. School holiday breaks spent at the farm were made special and a tad messy by helping Grandma feed the calves and milk the cows.
And we thank to Jake and the family who've put together this slideshow of memories. Gives us some more opportunities to find a bit more about Merrill's life. Thank you. And a lovely choice of music too. Beautiful. Thank you.